Hello everybody, it's a beautiful day outside, and I wanted to make this video for quite some time, and now I think that this is the perfect time to do it. And I just wanted to reflect on a couple things that I learned from Nipsey Hussle, and because a lot of what he stood for, a lot of things that he did, I deeply resonate with. I aspire to do great things just the way that he did, and I'm sure that he would want for other people to do the same. So number one, there's no room for doubt, and there's a reason why I had given up on substance abuse and things like that, and even smoking weed, even if it's just temporarily. It's because it put a lot of doubt in me. It put some anxiety into me, and I just think as a hustler, when you're working for yourself and things like that, you can't afford to have doubt in you, you know. And another way you can silence that doubt is by putting in work, becoming more competent. You know, that'll build up your confidence, and just riding that momentum and not slacking off, not becoming lazy and, you know, sniffing yourself too much. You always want to stay on your hustle, okay? And that way you won't have any room for doubt, because there is a lot of uncertainty in this life. And I'm not perfect in that regard. Of course, I still do deal with a little bit of initial doubt, but I'm pretty good at shaking it off because I know how to devise a plan and follow suit. And number two, get a good woman that you can build with, okay? Now, I understand that polyamory is a thing, and I'm not necessarily against that. I don't really have any preferences, but where I am right now in my life, I would prefer to have one good woman who has a head on her shoulders. We can, you know, all my children can be with her. You know, I put her name in my will. You know, we can bounce ideas off each other. I teach her the things that I learned. She teaches me the things that she learned. It's so broken in. It's comfortable. We can challenge each other. We can give each other the world. We can give each other as much time as possible. And quantity simply cannot replace quality. Now, if you can have the best of both worlds, sure, but there's only a limited amount of time. And honestly, I would just, at this point, I would rather spend it with one woman, you know, because, you know, I have a lot of other obligations. And of course, I have my daughter, and she's going to take up a lot of my time. I don't need to be jumping around from woman to woman, okay? So definitely want to have a great woman with the head on her shoulders, with a solid head on her shoulders, and you just go from there. That way you don't have any regrets. You don't have any, you know, resentment about the decisions that you made because you were horny. Number three, take matters into your own hands, man. Like, if you just sitting around waiting for somebody to come and save you, to come put you on, come put you in a position to make something out of yourself, but you might be waiting for a long time, and you don't want to be indebted to anyone else. You don't want to feel like you owe anybody else, and everything else aside, you don't want to have to depend on somebody, because who's to say that that person will even be here tomorrow for whatever reason. So I remember him speaking on learning how to mix and master his own things. And when it comes to music, that's one thing that I allowed to hold me back. Because I feel like, because I didn't have the money for somebody else to mix and master it for me, why would I record anyway? It would be a waste of time. I don't want any amateur hour work. But I didn't think about learning how to do it myself. And it's okay to pay people to do things for you. I definitely believe in delegation. But as an artist, I believe that you should know how to do that anyway. It's good to have under your belt, whether if you want to charge people for it, help others, take care of yourself. And ultimately, you can put together the sound that sounds best to you, you know, once you get better at it. I'm hoping I'm making sense so far. Number four, outlast most people. A lot of us get caught up in what everybody say they going to do. Yeah, I'm a rapper, I'm a this, and I'm a that. And it may seem like the market is really oversaturated and things like that, but most people quit before the the going even gets, before it even gets tough, before enough time goes by to even really measure your efforts, to measure your impact, to see how far along you've come. They may have worked really hard to put out a mixtape and they didn't get a lot of traction, so they just quit. They just give up and become bitter as they work their day jobs and talk about how sorry rap is today and how they can out-rap them, how they can do better. And they never quite put a dent into this world because they're jumping from one thing to the next the moment the heat cuts on a little bit, That ain't necessarily tough. That's just something that you're unfamiliar with. And if you can manage to outlast people, to outdo the average person and things like that, you're going to get your just desserts, bro. You will. Now, obviously, you can't be running around in circles. You need to be trying to grow. But you have to keep yourself in the game as long as possible. This is why I tell people to play chess, and I'm going to keep telling people to play chess. My next video, I'm going to mention playing chess, is because one of the best things you can do for yourself is stay in the game as long as possible. Even if you have to make sacrifices on the outside of it, and work a shitty job, whatever it may be. Do not give up. Outlast most people. Don't compare yourself to what this person is doing, or the attention this other person is getting, whatever. Just keep going. Number 5, and the final one. Provide opportunities for other people. This is a big one for me, man. And this is something that you can do right now. But it's not even just about giving opportunities to people. It's about being there for others. Showing other people that they matter, that you notice them, and showing to yourself that it's not all about you. There's not too much that feels better than knowing that you made a difference in somebody else's life. And if given the chance, all things being aside, we would all love to do that. But we are thinking leaps and bounds ahead of where we should be thinking as far as how to make a difference. We can make a difference by opening up the door, shouldering the load a little bit, just giving somebody a helping hand, words of encouragement, not just saying that things will get better, even though that helps, but just dropping knowledge every chance you get, taking that extra time to notice somebody. It makes all the difference, man. And it's contributions like that is the reason why I'm still alive, to be honest with you. People took the time to be there for me, even when I felt like I was lonely, even when I pushed people away. There was always somebody there for me. And no matter if you've always had people there for you or not, I still believe that you should be of service to others. It's very rewarding. It's very fulfilling. It forces you to leave your body for a little bit and focus on the healing of others. The healing of others can bring about the healing of yourself. And in that process, you can reveal what your purpose is. So I hope all of this helps. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. I definitely meditate to his music. I don't know if that sounds strange or not, but a hustler needs to listen to some hustler music. It's spiritual, especially even more so now that he's dead. I can definitely feel his presence. It's strong, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. So stay on your grind, stay positive, stay upright, stay upbeat, all of that, man. Take care.